This short video is going to walk you through doing a view corridor survey day with no interviews. From the My Survey 123 screen, you're going to want to make sure you're selecting the right app. You don't want the individual interview today. You don't want either one of the training apps. You're going to want to select the one that says NVUM FY22 View Corridor. And once you click on that, it'll take you to this page and you'll verify that you do have the correct form up, and then go ahead and click on Collect in the left-hand corner. And this will take you to the page where you enter your administrative information. And it's pretty much the same as when you're entering it for the individual interviews. You're going to go ahead and enter your name, and then you're going to key in your QR code from the calendar, and then you're just going to tap on any one of the fields or hit the enter button, and you will notice that it auto-populates the region, the forest, the ranger district, the site number, the site name, the site type, which should definitely say view corridor, whether it's a proxy or non-proxy site, and if it's a proxy site, it will auto-populate the proxy code. The use level does not auto-populate. If a non-proxy survey, you will enter low, medium, high, or very high from the calendar. And if this is a proxy survey, you will select the proxy radio button. The next question is this a substitute day? And you're going to go ahead and click no. We would notify you in advance if it was. And then you're just going to want to double check that your date and your time are correct. And then you are going to answer the question, will there be interviews at this site today? Which is no, because you're doing counts only today. And I want you to note that if you were doing a non-proxy site, the field that says proxy code is going to be blank. The only sites that have a proxy code are proxy sites. So now you're ready to start your period 1 traffic observation. And you're going to, for 1 hour, you're going to be counting commercial and non-commercial traffic going in one direction of travel. And you're going to use the counters that say commercial traffic count and non-commercial traffic count. And you're only going to want to use those until one of those fields reaches 100. Once one of those reaches 100, then you're going to go to the end tally, end count, and you're going to continue counting for the entire hour using that button. And you'll notice that it keeps a running total of everything that you've counted. And you want to make sure that you don't use the minus buttons, just use the plus buttons. And never hit the refresh key. At the end of your hour, you're going to take a 30-minute break, and then you're going to begin your period 2 count. The period 2 count, you're going to be observing for 1 hour with traffic going in the opposite direction of your first period count. So after your 30-minute break is up, you're going to click, would you like to begin your second traffic count period? You're going to say yes. And it will bring up the same screen again. And you're going to make sure that you're counting your hour in the opposite direction this time. And once commercial or non-commercial reaches 100, then you're going to continue counting on that hand tally end counter. And you will notice that it keeps a running total count from everything that you've counted up so far. And so once your hour is up, then you're going to go ahead and you're going to take another 30-minute break. And at the end of that 30-minute break, you're ready to do your period 3 count. So your period 3 count, you're going to be counting in the same direction as you did during period 1. And you're going to count for 1 full hour in that direction. So after your break is over, would you like to begin the 3rd traffic count period? You're going to say yes. And you're just going to continue counting traffic in the same direction of travel as period 1 for 1 hour. And when your non-commercial or commercial, either one reaches 100, you're going to go to that hand tally end count. And you're going to continue until your hour is up, counting from there. And once you're done with that full hour, then you're going to take one more 30-minute break. And once that 30-minute break is over, you're going to be ready for period 4 count. And on this one, you're going to be counting traffic in the same direction as you did during period 2. So would you like to begin the 4th traffic count period? Answer yes. And you'll see the same counter screen comes up that you used for the previous 3 periods. And you're going to do the same thing. You're observing in the same direction as period 2. And when commercial or non-commercial reaches 100, then you're just going to go to the 3rd plus sign there, the hand tally end count, and continue counting for your full hour. And you will notice that there'll be a running total count for your entire day there. So, and remember never to hit that refresh button. So once your 4th observation period is over, then you're going to want to go to the end of day. Before we do that, there's one thing that's very important. Do not under any circumstances go back and change any counts. If you think there's a problem, let us know. But never change counts once you are into the next observation period. So now you're going to close out your survey day. And you're just going to make sure that your date and your time are correct. You're going to put 0 for how many minutes you spent on break. Your total survey time should auto-populate, and it should always be at least 6 hours. And then the last thing you're going to do is you're just going to add notes about the day, anything interesting that you saw that you think the Forest Service might be interested in, something about the weather, or just anything you think they would find interesting. And then you go ahead and click the check mark on the right corner. And you're going to want to save this survey to your outbox. So once you're home and somewhere where you can hook up to Wi-Fi, you're going to go ahead and send your survey in. And so you'll notice that the outbox is on the bottom left there, so you're going to go ahead and click on the outbox. And you want to double check that you're on Wi-Fi with that little symbol up in the corner there. And you'll notice there's a number on the right-hand side by your outbox. That tells you the number of surveys that are in there. So if it's more than one, that means you have more than one survey waiting to be sent in. So you go ahead and click there. And you'll notice that it goes to a screen and it'll show a list of the surveys that you have waiting to be sent. And on the bottom right-hand side, there's a little send. You're going to want to click on that. And then you will get this message that your outbox is empty and your survey has been sent. This is a nice little reference chart for you to refer to, and it just reminds you that your traffic observations on period 1 and 3 are going to be in one direction of travel, the same direction, and that your period 2 and 4 are going to be in the opposite direction of travel, and you're going to take a 30-minute break between each traffic observation hour. And then also just keep in mind that you're counting commercial and non-commercial traffic until one of them reaches 100, and then you're going to go to the hand tally end count and continue counting all traffic for the rest of the hour.